All right, back out on trail. This weekend, I have decided to go a little closer to home this weekend. Been doing a lot of up north drives. So this weekend I decided to go somewhere close down to the Cannon River, to a spot that I went to in the spring and have never been here except for the spring. I'm on the trail right now, passing by the two nearest campsites. There's a campsite right there. And as I walk right here off to my left, there's another campsite right in the woods right here. And there's two other campsites on the river where I'm going. I already kind of scoped out with the drone when I got in the parking lot to see if anybody was at the campsite at the river, and there was a couple tents posted up there. So I just walked on down to the river and kind of talked to them, see what they were doing, see if they were staying tonight. They said they are not staying tonight, so what I'm gonna do is take a little day hike, do this trail that I was gonna do anyway after I set up camp, but now I'll just set up camp, let them have their morning. They were making bacon and eggs and they shared some bacon with me, so we're cool now. And like I told them, I'm just gonna go on a little day hike, do the trail, and then when I get done, I'll come back. If they're still there, I'll just hang out with them until they're gone, grab my stuff from my truck and set up shop where they're at. So hopefully it all works out. But for now, I am gonna be hiking this trail. So I'll show you kind of what the trail looks like around here. Well, here is one of the other campsites right here on the river. So got your tent pad right here. Someone's got some wood stacked up. And you got your view of the river right here, and a canoe launch. So not bad at all. All right, got camp all set up. Even had to do a little bit of work to the fire pit to get the fire pit in working order. It'd probably been since I was here on spring, since the last time someone fixed up the fire pit. So kind of took a minute to do that. But I think what I'm gonna do is start gathering some firewood, maybe even run to my truck real quick. I've got one bundle of wood in my truck from last weekend that we didn't use at the cabin. But I think I'll bring that here for like a fire starter, and then kind of just gather some wood in this immediate area. There's plenty of wood around here. There's even still this big giant pile against the bridge, probably from all the flooding that happens down here. So that's all nice and dry. But I think I'm gonna run to the truck real quick, like I said, gather some firewood and get ready for a fire tonight, because it's gonna be a little bit chilly. I think it's supposed to be down to 40 tonight, so it's definitely gonna get a little bit chilly. But before I even start the fire, when I get back, I think I'm gonna walk down the trail a little bit. There's a little area that is really beautiful, that when I did my original first day hike, there was people there, like there's always people there, and I just kind of walked right past. So I'm gonna go back and do some filming at that really cool spot a little bit further down the river up there. All right, I'm leaving camp and heading out on trail. Camp chores are all done, firewood all chopped and stacked and ready for later. As I was there chopping firewood too, it was pretty cool. A dad and his like 2 or 3 kids came by, and the one kid was fishing on a rock across from me for about 10 or 15 minutes. And boy, he was ripping the fish out of the water. I bet you he had 3 or 4 fish in the 10, 15 minutes he was sitting on that rock fishing. So it was pretty fun to watch, and Dad was having fun watching him too. Proud father, I'm sure. But like I said, I'm heading on this trail now, and I'm coming to this spot that I hope shows up as good on video as what it is when you're there, because it's probably the coolest spot out here aside from that bridge and the campsite. It's just a cool, nice, relaxing, little serene spot. So I hope it comes out good. All right, this is the spot. Definitely a pretty cool spot. And there's nobody out here. It's so quiet. You don't hear anything out here. It's just gorgeous. And I'm right along this little like sandbar that comes around the corner, which I'm kind of wishing I would have brought my gold pen now. This is like the perfect type of stuff. We're on a corner of a river like here, right here, where all the cobbles come up. This is like the perfect spot to pan for gold. A lot of people don't realize in Minnesota that there's gold in Minnesota. Not from Minnesota, it came down from Canada and all the glaciers, but you do find gold in places like this, in rivers and streams in Minnesota. It's just that real fine flower gold, nothing to make a living off of, but it's definitely a fun little hobby once you get into it and find out where the gold's at, which is almost everywhere. But I'm gonna hang out here just a little bit longer because it's just such a cool place. I mean, look at this. So I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit longer, then head back to camp, start a fire. It's such a beautiful day out here. Well, it's about 7 o'clock and it's just now starting to get chilly outside, so I threw on the sweatshirt and just got a little closer to the fire and it's perfect. It's probably 50 degrees out, something like that. But oh, how gorgeous is it out here. This is just as good as it was the first time I was out here in the spring. So actually, if you want to watch that video, I'll leave it down in the description of this video if you want to watch. That was beautiful, but this is a step up. This really is out here with this weather and the vegetation and the fall colors and the river being a little bit lower where you got some rapids that you kind of hear the river right now. You didn't hear that in the spring, so that was kind of nice to come here and the river's a little bit lower and you got some rapids to listen to. But oh, I'm just gonna hang out by this fire for a little bit longer and I'll probably crash early tonight. This place is really nice in the morning to wake up to. It's really, really quiet down here by the river because everything is, all the noise is above you on all the cliffs around here. So you really don't hear any noise in the morning. That's what's so nice about this place. And people don't really start showing up until 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock with their pets and stuff like that. You get a few early morning risers, but it's generally pretty quiet in the morning. At least it was in the spring. But I'm just gonna hang out by this fire for the next hour or two and then crash out early. All right, well, good morning. It was a wonderful night of sleep out here. The low got to like 38 degrees, so it was a little chilly for about a 3-hour span, but by the time I woke up, it was already 45 degrees, and it's about 50 degrees right now. And with the wind, it makes it a little bit chilly, so I got the stocking cap, gloves, and coat on. But the hot cocoa is keeping me warm, so it's a beautiful morning out right now. Sun's just coming out. I'm just gonna sit here and drink this hot cocoa, stare at the river, and just relax. It's so quiet and nice out here. And I'll start packing stuff up here in a little bit and get on out of here. I'm pretty close to home, so I'm in no rush today. All right, all packed up. It was definitely a gorgeous morning out here. I haven't been wanting to leave. I actually need to take the stocking cap off. It's getting to be a little bit too warm for a stocking cap. But I'm just gonna head on out. Truck's only like 5 minutes away. It's nice. There's no latrine at this site, but it's nice that at the trailhead they've got a porta potty. But I'm gonna call it. It's been beautiful out here. It's crazy how the fall colors out here are pretty much like past peak. Not way past peak, but they're past peak out here when everything's peaking in the Twin Cities right now. The Twin Cities is just colorful and beautiful right now. I've been getting a lot of drone shots in the Twin Cities recently just from how beautiful the colors are. But like I said, that's gonna call it for this trip. It was a good one. This place never disappoints. See you on the next one.